doing my part to justify, being proud of being a gamer and being a girl gamer or a girl geek. Those are all things that I'm really proud of.
It's unbelievable. Well, now I think I should open it to the audience, because clearly you guys know more about this than I do. So yeah, any show of hands? Anybody have a question for Amy and Felicia? Yes, sir, you.
Have you been in talks with Joss at all for even like a flashback sequence or anything if you were to make a second Dr. Horrible?
Oh, for second Dr. Horrible? I think
Well, let's repeat the question, just in case people didn't hear. I feel like what's the movie with Sigourney Weaver? She says all I have to do is repeat. Galaxy Quest.
Galaxy Quest.
Yes, my job is I have a Galaxy Quest role here. I will repeat the question.
Okay.
Have you talked to Joss Whedon about perhaps doing a sequel or prequel or flashback to Dr. Horrible?
It's been a couple years since Dr. Horrible, and I know that Joss even had a title at a certain point, and they were really into filming it. But then Dollhouse got picked up for a second season, and then I know that after Dollhouse ended, their first priority was to get Dr. Horrible 2 going. And Marissa and Jed, as you know, probably right on Spartacus, and Jed and Zach, the other Whedon who wrote Dr. Horrible, was on Fringe, and then he's on Rubicon now. So they're all professional, working actors. And working on a TV show, it's like a 14-hour day every day. So, and then I know Joss was looking toward it, and then he kind of got the biggest movie that in existence, Avengers, which is going to be the best superhero movie ever written, I'm sure, and directed. So I have a feeling he's going to be busy for a while on that little project. So to go back to Dr. Horrible, I know the intention is there, the plan is there, but I'm sure it's once he gets the Avengers finished, hopefully, cross fingers. And as far as my participating, I can't tell you. I know as a writer, it's hard to incorporate the things you as a person want in there. So if they brought me back, that would be fantastic. If not, I would still be a huge fan of it, because that's the lucky thing about working with Joss Whedon. Like, working with him is always, it's a privilege, and if I weren't in it, I would be a fan of it. So that's what's cool about my life. That sounded really arrogant, sorry.
I wonder what this man is wearing here. There you go. How did you come about the name Codex?
It's a nerdy story. When I was a kid, I was homeschooled, and I didn't really have any friends other than BBSs and dial-up. Yes, indeed, I'm old. I'm an old lady. So I was obsessed with the Ultima games. I don't know if anybody's familiar with Ultima. Ultima 5, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7.5, 8 was, and so anyway, I was obsessed with these games to the point where I was a huge fan. Like, if I met Richard Garriott, I would start crying. I mean, full on, because he's like one of my heroes from my childhood. And so Codex is the Book of Ultimate Wisdom. It's on an island there. I don't know if anybody knows what I'm talking about at all. This guy. This guy right here knows what I'm talking about. So that was my name in the Ultima Dragons fan group on Prodigy. And I was a Codex Dragon. And I wrote fan fiction about me wearing leather and kicking people in the head.
Great question.
You know Neil Patrick Harris through Dr. Horrible, and people that he knows have been known to be in How I Met Your Mother. Like, there's Amy Acker, there's David Britka, and then Alison Hannigan, Alexis Stanislav was in it. So have you heard anything about possibly guest starring in an episode of How I Met Your Mother?
Okay, I was shorting that question somewhat, but you were a friend of Neil Patrick Harris, and you met him through Dr. Horrible, and often friends of Neil Patrick Harris show up on the show that he is often on, called How I Met Your Mother. Any discussion of you being on that show?
First of all, I ask all my friends for jobs. Just kidding. I don't actually. I'm really shy about it. I mean, I would love to be on that show. In fact, I've auditioned for that show several times. Actually, through my friend Allison, who's on that show. I know the director and other writers and stuff because she's a very good friend of mine. And I know that I auditioned for a couple of roles, and they were like, "It's not right, but we're definitely going to try to find a place for you." So, I mean, I can only cross fingers. it's like I said before, like when the role is right, and if they think of me and I'm available, like I would kill to be on the show because I know all those guys. And just let me say that is the most ridiculous set ever. I was working on Dollhouse, and if you watched Epitaph 1 or 2, you know it was very grim. It was not like a happy, let's have eat cookies and then shoot people. And then I would go down to visit their sets, and that set, I'm in this like post-apocalyptic outfit, and I'd open their door, and it's like cookies, and I swear there was like clowns juggling, like they're so happy. That set is ridiculous. They're like laughing, they're doing like outtakes, it's almost absurdly nice set. So they're so lucky, and they're just such a great group of people. So I don't know, it'd be nice to work on it.
You. Yes, you.
What's your opinion when it comes to MMO players? Because I know there, myself included, that a lot of MMO players relate to the guild and stuff. And what do you think all about how the reception of the guild has been given by MMO players?
The reaction of MMO players to the guild, what have you thought about that?
Hopefully, the irony is that when I first launched the guild, the meanest comments about the guild were on the WoW forums. I don't know if anybody does anybody play WoW? Not surprised, right? And you know the biggest douchebags are on the WoW forums. They're the worst ass nuts ever. Sorry, 30 children. They're the worst. They can make you cry. Now it's FARC. There's some people on FARC who I want to punch in the face. I'm watching them and I see these awful comments go by, and I'm like, my brother fights a lot and he has an 8-pack and I want him to fight you. So sometimes I'm usually pretty good about trolls anyway. So that's the irony, is that early on they were like, how dare you make fun of me? And then I think it became clear that I'm not making fun of anybody. Like I was an addict of MMOs, and I still love to play MMOs. And the one regret that I have in the last couple of years is that the guild is so pervasive, and I have to do it all day, every day, that I can't actually play as much. So earlier this year when I was writing season 4, I took a month off for research, and I got my priest up to 80. But since then, it's just really hard because I'm a dwarf priest, that's the frustration for me, because I love the social aspects of MMOs, and I love the support group, and I resent the fact that people imply that gamers are not social, because to me, MMOs are the most social form of gaming, because you're sharing with other people and you're creating friendships that otherwise wouldn't be there. So I would hope always that people know that I'm not making fun of people at all. I'm just having fun with the things that we know, happen in MMOs. And I would say overall the reception is really good, and I'm happy. And like I said, making gaming more mainstream is a goal of mine, and to be more accepted, and that's what I'm proud of.
So Amy, due to Felicia's influence, do you play MMO games?
I don't. I tried because obviously we got some goodies from Blizzard one day, and I tried, but it took me an hour to even make a character, and I couldn't even think of a name, and everything was just so overwhelming. I was I'm so I don't know, I couldn't even get past making a character. So maybe one day, I don't know. I still have homework and stuff I need to do, so.
You need some more entry level. Like I said,
it's a little complicated. WoW is a little too complicated.
It is complicated. Yeah. What I would recommend is the entry level drug of Peggle. When a boy, I would come into my,
they're laughing at me.
Yeah, no, Peggle's a great game, man.
I love that.
What are you talking about? Well, I always recommend my girlfriend hates gaming. I'm like, get her Peggle. Believe me, you will be fighting for the Xbox soon enough.
Okay. I don't game at all. I don't understand how they work.
Download Peggle. Right here.
I think Amy will beat me. This is how bad I am. Yes, sir.
That article in Fast Company said that you had a staff helping you out with your social networking.
A staff? That seems very fancy. No, I've always
I was
found...
wondering what your extent of involvement was with, say, Twitter and Facebook.
Okay, so I don't know if that implied wrong. I mean, the guild is still me and Kim Evie, who's a small Asian lady. We do everything on the show.
It's not me.
She's never small Asian lady. The guild, and we also have so at a certain point, I was doing everything. I did the website the first 2 years. I did the website. I did all the social networking, and I found myself neglecting things. Like I wasn't, because I was doing not only my